Hey, Brickmaniacs, it's almost time for a Thursday Sitrep. It's ModCom week here at Brickmania, so we have a special bundle put together that features the Husky TSV as well as the ModCom Squad Pack Part 2. If you pre-order that bundle, you will also get a gift with purchase that features 2 new exclusive perfect caliber BrickArms. We'll get more into that a little bit later, but the important part to know is that you got to get the bundle in order to get the gift with purchase. That'll be awesome. We also have another pre-order, the M10 Booker on queue, but you don't need to hear any more from me. Let's turn it on over to, me and Dan. Hey, Brickmaniacs! Welcome back to another Thursday Sitrep. I got Dan in town. He made it up from down south. It's not much cooler up here though. Still kind of humid and muggy.
Yeah. Today's not bad, but yeah, it's been brutal.
You brought the Florida weather with you.
You know, I brought it to Nashville. It was actually hotter in Nashville than it was in Phoenix.
Yeah, well, anyways, Dan's joining me for the Sitrep this week. I told you last week, hopefully we'd have some more friendly faces, and we got the man himself. We got a couple of promos to get to before we dive into the meat and potatoes of this episode. First of all, like I said last week, World War Brick Passes are currently on sale for 2025. If you're planning on picking up a weekend pass, use the promo code WWB25 to save yourself $5 on the already discounted weekend passes, so make sure to take advantage of that. And then as you probably saw on Wednesday, yes, next week, phase 2 of the Brickmania digital instructions are coming to a close because, quite frankly, we've got more projects to focus on moving forward here. So that doesn't mean they're gone forever, but it does mean that there's going to be a gap until wave 3 is getting ready to roll. So to dumb down the pain a little bit, to know that sting, we are offering buy 2, get a third free all the way through the end of July. So that applies to any of the digital instructions currently available on brickmania.com, of which there are almost 9 full web pages of.
Each page is like 20.
I was going to say, so there's lots to choose from. Those will remain available, so go ahead and dig into those. The sticker packs, I know some of you asked, like, are you going to keep them in stock? Yes, we'll make sure that the stuff you need to work with the existing library of digital instructions does exist on brickmania.com. And then coming up, August 3rd and 4th, you're going to be out in Virginia.
Yes, BrickFair Virginia is happening, of course. It's going to be a little different. So if you're used to going there and seeing us right when we walk in, we're not going to be in the front this time. So we will not be in our customary sponsor booth position because they've eliminated the sponsor booth. Apparently, and this is a good thing, that BrickFair has become such a hot destination for model builders that they had to eliminate certain favorites, certain staples of the event in order to make room for more mocks.
Hey, there you go. It's going to be an even fuller display showroom. That's awesome.
So there will be a Brickmania vendor booth inside BrickFair Virginia. It's just 2 tables, so it's not going to be a terribly huge booth. There will be, I'm going to grab everything from the road store. So some of the sold out stuff that we still have, our stuff that's sold out online, plus the road store exclusives will be with me.
Including a new debut.
Yes, a new one. So do we have renders?
Yes, we do. So it's Grant and Jackson. Or Grant and Jackson. Sherman and Jackson.
Yeah. So your favorite World War II tanks in the flesh,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
the actual inspiration for the respective tanks, yeah. So Stonewall Jackson and William Tecumseh Sherman will be a third in the series of the Civil War generals.
Yep.
And these are, I don't know if you call them favorites, but they're, I was really looking forward to this one.
People have been asking for Jackson since we started the lineup.
Right. So this is the third. I don't know when or if we're going to stop this series. Maybe we run out of generals and switch to colonels or something. But yeah, it's a road store exclusive. I only have 100 that were made in the first batch. Don't know when a second batch is going to be coming. We are that far backed up on figures and capacity. So, so I'll have 100. They will be with me inside the event. And, of course, we'll have some next door at the Brickmania Chantilly store. Mm-hmm. If you haven't gotten the memo, the Brickmania Chantilly store is directly next door to BrickFair Virginia. If you've never been to BrickFair Virginia, but you've been to our Chantilly store, well, there you go. That's where BrickFair Virginia is.
All the things you expect from a Brickmania store too, in the sense that we not only carry our product line, but alternative lines, loose pick a brick, minifigures, all that kind of stuff. So if you're getting overwhelmed by the crowd, well, it might not be much better at our store. You can go ahead and pop on over there and check that out as well. It's a great little spot.
There will be some new displays brought in there too. So if you're looking for the Brickmania displays, they will be in the store. I'm not going to be setting up the ship or anything inside of BrickFair Virginia because then they just have to move it again. So go to the store. You want to see the new displays. You want to see the Samuel B. Roberts. That's going to be inside the Brickmania store. Of course, our hours are different from the event hours, so you can come visit us afterwards. You go to BrickFair Virginia when they kick the public out. Of course, you can come in there, or if you're only there for a weekday, because it's only open for BrickFair Virginia is only open to the public, Saturday and Sunday only. Although if you have you're an exhibitor, I think you can go as early as Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, something like that.
Yeah,
Lots of setup time.
I'll be there from pretty much the beginning. I'll be there the whole event, but obviously the public can only come in during public days. So.
Yeah, so depending on your role at BrickFair Virginia, make sure you swing by our Capital Store location because we'll have lots going on that weekend as well. Plus, never gonna turn down a chance to take a crack at the Road Store exclusives. That's pretty awesome.
Right. So we'll be there 7 days a week. As soon as I arrive, probably going to be Wednesday evening, late Wednesday. I will be arriving with the Road Store stuff. As soon as we have that, we'll be putting them up for sale. I will save some for the public though, so have no fear that they're going to be sold out before you arrive. I will have an allotment saved for each day. So both Saturday and Sunday, if you're going to be going to the public, I will have some, but just go to our booth first.
Look at that. He's looking out for you guys. nothing wrong with that. So that covers everything coming up for events. Stay tuned for more information there. Oh, you did want to mention too, the BrickFair Virginia this year is not going to be the celebration of the anniversary for that store. We're actually going to do a separate event later this fall that'll come with more of the things that you expect from the other anniversary events, like a brick, some specials, that kind of stuff.
Right. It'll probably be around Thanksgiving-ish, Black Friday weekend. That is actually when the store opened. The first day that we were able to open, 5 years ago now? I
think it's the 6th or something like that, yeah.
My goodness. So it's also right around my birthday. So you'll have a Dan birthday celebration at the store.
Multiple anniversaries.
Yeah. It'll be a good time. But we'll be doing it later on the fall. So your anniversary brick, if you were expecting to get your anniversary brick, we're not doing it. We're going to be having a separate event that's not going to be overshadowed by BrickFair.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. But good to get on both.
Another excuse to come to Chantilly.
Exactly.
Everybody's favorite brick shopping location.
Hang out in the DC area. Nothing wrong with that. So cool. That will wrap up our event stuff. So now let's move over, like I said, to the meat and potatoes. These are both coming. Well, we have 3 items coming to pre-order on Friday at 8 a.m. I want to clarify some stuff though. First, we are offering an exclusive bundle through Monday only. It is relation to our ModCom series. We're doing 2 releases this week that are both relevant to it. So we decided to make things easy, bundle them together. And not only that, but when you order the bundle, you get a free gift with purchase. So the way it works is you will see that there are individual listings for both the Husky TSV and the ModCom Squad Pack Part 2. If you only want one or the other, obviously that option is open to you. However, if you're planning on getting both and want the gift with purchase, which is going to be a perfect caliber BrickArms M1887 2-pack, first ever time we've done those.
Two shooters. 2
of them at the same time, so you can go akimbo. That is only going to apply to the ModCom bundle, which is featuring like I said, the Husky TSV and the ModCom Squad Pack Part 2. So look for that at the very top of the email. Look for it on the website as well. If you want to pick up the gift with purchase, you're going to make sure you pick up that bundle exclusively because it does not apply to the individual products themselves. Read those web pages. I'll put as much verbiage out there as I can. I know sometimes it gets complicated, but hey, if you're watching the Sitrep, you just get it told right to you. So
if you want to get the bundle or want to get the perfect calibers, the perfect caliber, BrickArms, perfect caliber BrickArms gift with purchase, you have to buy the bundle. You can't just get one or the other. So go to the bundle, throw that in your cart. It's the same price as buying the two items individually, but you do get a free set of BrickArms. With that, these are pre-orders, so you will not get the you won't
Everything
get
will ship at once.
Yeah, the gift with purchase comes as one big gift.
Exactly. Hence the pre-order acknowledgments that you might have seen popping up on those pages, just so everybody understands exactly how that works when we get through the checkout period. So, but like I said, Husky TSV, that is the vehicle featured in that bundle. Obviously, we don't have it here, but we have in the past. So let's turn things over to Andreas and hear a little bit more about this British Armored Tactical Support Vehicle.
Here we are with Caniacs with another great build by Andreas. This is a British, what is it? British Jeep?
Yeah, this is a Husky TSV.
TSV, okay.
Yeah, Tactical Support Vehicle, I think that's what it stands for. So basically this is a mini MATV or a JLTV used by the British, mostly modern day, used all the way up to I think about 2019 until they switched them out for more modern vehicles, but this has been heavily used in the 2000s and now it's being used in Ukraine. But yeah, it's a cool looking vehicle. Definitely reminds you of a JLTV or the M-ATVs, except it's smaller. It's way smaller actually, by a full stud.
I love the shaping of the,
Oh yeah,
of the front hood.
these new pieces are just perfect for that shape, so I'm very happy we can get them in 10. Of course, my prototype is missing one of those pieces.
Yes, of course, this is just a prototype.
Yeah, we are pre-recording this while we're still in the US, so this is a prototype. Things can change, but this is where I'm at right now. So you have the steering in the front, no suspension, but as you expect from a BrickMania kit, you can open the door, you can rotate the turret 360 degrees. Yeah, it's a pretty fun vehicle. I think it's going to be fun to play
Love
with.
all the little details, wire cutter,
Yeah, wire
rear view
from the front.
mirrors. It's a great model. Also love this beautifully built mudguard on the
thanks.
side. This is my favorite part.
Yeah, in the
build.
design process, I probably had to start off with this and the steering just to get that right, and then building on top of that. So.
And the figures Amanda is working on, those will be very popular, very popular. So check out the renders because you won't want to miss these guys.
Yeah, so this is the prototype. Look out for the renders to see the final model. Yeah, thanks for watching.
Moving on from there, though, we've got kind of an interesting offering when it comes to our next pre-order,
Right.
the M10 Booker.
M10 Booker. So a brand new, for lack of a better word, light tank, American light tank.
Those are still things?
No, they haven't been. They haven't been a thing since the Korean War, at least in the United States inventory. But I don't know what else to describe it. It looks like a tank. It's got tracks. It's got a turret. It has a main gun. For all practical intents and purposes, it's a light tank.
Yeah.
So M10 Booker, they're calling it some sort of like artillery or gun vehicle, but it is a light tank, 105 millimeter gun. But Andrea put together a beautiful model of it, and we have a limited batch. It's not a limited edition. We're just going to be making one batch.
Don't come looking for a restock anytime soon.
Yeah. So we have a small batch starting. We do plan on restocking this in the future. Don't have a date for you. It's August, and fast forward a few months, we're already in the holiday season.
Yep.
So there's a huge list of things that we need to get put, from last year, going back, that we need to restock, promise to restock before this year. So, yeah, when you start seeing something that says it's going to be a small run, trust me, it's going to be a small run. It's going to sell out quickly. So.
Yeah, the new stuff, especially these next-gen vehicles, sometimes it is just kind of a tester batch or an initial launch, so to speak, and then if and when it comes back, a lot of it has to do with demand and how many people are asking for it. So just keep that in mind when you see stuff, especially things that are more unique. If it floats your boat, jump on it that weekend because it's going to be awesome. But for more, a little bit about this design, let's turn things over to Andrea and hear a little bit more about this M10 Booker.
Hey guys, it's Andreas and Andrea here in the design studio, and today we're going to show off a prototype. This is coming out on Friday for pre-orders, so take us through this model, Andrea.
This is almost a prototype of a prototype vehicle because this is the M10 Booker. So it's not a tank, it's not a light tank, it's a mobile fire support. That's what the Army is calling this.
It's a giant gun.
And it sure looks like a tank. It's got 105 millimeter cannon, it's got a turret, it's got tracks. I mean, it looks like a tank, but it's not. So it's been accepted into service with the U.S. Army, but it's not. It's part of the future generation of armored vehicles that the U.S. will be.
So this is also not a troop transport.
Yes, it is not. It's it's been very hard to find accurate information about it. There's also speculations on the web. So this is the prototype of a prototype. We had some difficulties finding reliable sources, but in the end, we think we've done a pretty good job designing overall this vehicle that will surely be iconic in the future.
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Yeah, so we went for an old tank configuration because if and when these guys will be fielded, they will probably feature this camouflage. And so let's go over a few of the features. So we have a very big turret in the back with protection, reactive protection armor on the side of the turret. The gun elevates and depresses. We have two hatches that open an M2HB. We have lots of details in the front, like commander's hat, commander's
Viewport.
visor, viewports, all sorts of electronics.
Love the wire cutter.
Yeah, that's a wire cutter. That's one of the distinctive features of the prototypes that I really love. In the front, we have these viewports for the more than viewports. I think they're like cameras for the driver. Also in the front here, this is a camera port. So the driver basically has 360 view in front, 180-degree view in front, and you can also see what's going on close by, because this vehicle is designed to work very closely with infantry. So it's an infantry support vehicle. So he has to be very well aware of what's going on very close to him. And it's also air portable. That's why we have hooks in the back and in the front. They're missing on the prototype, that there will be some in the final product. We have spare wheels, spare jerry cans. So yeah, we have lots of printing. So the headlights in the front, as well as all the electronics on the turret, are printed. There's some panels in the front are also feature some details by Slam. Great job. And the smoke exhaust will be placed right about here, and it's also a very cool addition to the overall look of the tank. So first time we're doing an M10 Booker, and I think it's the first time we do such a design of a vehicle when the vehicle itself has not seen active combat yet, but it will for sure in the future.
It's like a future war theme.
It's like almost a future war theme. Very, very actual. So this is the prototype. Take a look at the renders. Oh, I almost mentioned, it rolls beautifully.
Very
And
nice.
it also has working suspension. Look at that.
That's cool.
Super, both sides, independent working suspension.
Yeah, for that small of a vehicle to have that.
Yeah.
Great
It's been
engineering.
a challenge. I think I've rebuilt the chassis 4 or 5 times total.
Oh yeah. Well, it looks fantastic. Good job, Andrea.
See you guys next time.
All right, thank you to both Andre and Andreas for those check-ins. Now we're moving on to the stuff that is getting ready to ship, not only for online orders, but also to retail stores. Let's start things off with Figures of History Part 5. Now, this is a little similar to a project we've done in the past. However, the figure is brand new. Can you explain kind of the book-figure relationship?
Okay, so the book Spearhead. It's the story of Clarence Smoyer and the Eagle 7, the American Pershing tank versus the Panther. It's a famous battle that took place in Cologne, end of World War II. So the book Spearhead features the story of Adam Smoyer. We did the
Clarence
Eagle.
Smoyer by Adam Nakos.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Sorry, Adam and Clarence. So the book, we originally put it as a
Bundle with the Pershing.
yeah, it was actually included in the box. It wasn't even a bundle. It
was a heavy box.
came inside the kit. So we originally got, and they were autographed by, I believe, both Clarence and Adam both autographed those book plates. Well, we have more. We were fortunate to be able to restock that. Unfortunately, the Pershing kit, the Eagle 7, we've discontinued.
That's
it.
retired.
So it's a retired kit now. But M and Art Girl put together a beautiful new.
Brand new. Because obviously he
figure.
wasn't wearing the same clothes the entire war.
No,
so
no.
It's just a later war version, yeah.
So as he appears later in the war, and part of the story in the book talks about the whole war. It's not just the one incident. So we have a later war version of Clarence Smoyer going into being a bundle again with the book, because we have more. So if you already have the book. Sorry, we can't decouple this. This is part of our Figures of History series. This is news to me that there's going to be a TV show.
Oh, what?
Yes, about this based on the book.
Boy, Mako's a busy guy.
Right. I just found this. I was just reading through my email today. It's like, what?
Okay, well, there you go.
So if it hasn't been released anywhere, well, you've heard it here first. So I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to talk about it.
Brickmania
but-
leaks. There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah. So you'll see more of Clarence Smoyer in his story. He'll be more in the mainstream very soon.
That's really cool. That is really cool. Well, yeah. So, anyways, like we were saying, new figure paired with the same book. Still got those signed book plates and everything there, which is really cool. So definitely worth picking up if you're continuing that Figures of History series.
Right, and if you don't have it already, especially take advantage.
Yeah,
it's a great book, great story.
Yeah,
great
if you
read.
missed the tank or was a little above your price range, this one is definitely more in it. And remember, please remember that these are all, this is a one-time shot when we roll these out. This is not something that can be restocked. So the number you see there, these won't be available like all weekend long. We'll make as many as are ordered. These are literally the amount we have is what we have. Once they are gone, they will not come back, as it has been with all of the figures of history. Moving on from there, we have kind of a unique offering. For your World War I fans, you'll be excited. We have a brand new World War I German cavalry lancer that comes with some really cool custom printed elements, a custom printed artwork on the horse itself, and then obviously that minifigure riding on the back of it. That is a really cool offering.
And our first ever horse gas mask.
Yeah, right. the feedback gas mask, which is just cool looking.
So this is, people have been asking us for a while, hey, you've made the Lancer, now can we get him with the gas mask?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we're going to revisit the old series. We've done this before. It's been a long time. But we're bringing back completely new versions, old concept, new version with the appropriate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, great helmet, great gas mask. You probably would recognize those from the Stormtrooper figure. But the feed bag gas mask, as you put it, is completely unique. The printing on the horse never been done. This is I think this is our second horse that we've.
Yep, I think so too, because we did the Civil War officer who had one. But yeah, I tell you right now, it upgrades those horses so much. Slam has done an amazing job bringing a next level of detail to those. It's really cool.
So a perfect caliber horse.
A perfect caliber horsey. I love it.
Is that what we call it? Yeah. So it's totally new. This is also a really short run.
Mm-hmm.
They're not cheap for us to obtain, not cheap for us to do. So we've only made, I think, 100 in this batch.
Okay.
It's small. I could be wrong, talking out of my ear, but
still not going to be around too terribly long, especially if it's popular on drop weekend. So
no, but it's a cool new thing. I've been looking forward to this. We've had to bump it actually a couple of times, just because so many other things have happened, and we unexpectedly had to bump a ton of things down the schedule just to fill demand of things that we didn't think were going to be as popular as they were. So.
Yeah. That's what happens when we do the rolling restocks over the weekend. So that's part of the deal, which is why we always put that lovely little disclaimer on the calendar saying all items subject to change.
Right. Subject to change, and they may or may not ship on release date. So usually they start shipping on release date, but if it's a popular item, you might have to wait until a couple of days later till your number pops up.
Small team, lots of orders. Exactly. So then also ready to ship, we head into stores and for online orders will be the World War II U.S. Marine Rifleman Torso. That is a Brickmania Classic series. So go ahead and get on that. And then we've got 2 kits that are sold out online, but will be soon arriving in stores, hopefully as quickly as next week. One of them right here is the Red Baron's Fokker. Which that one is, I was going to say, this one's nice and complete.
Yes, it's got everything
printing
on it.
figures.
Yeah.
Looking real sharp.
We were about to bring down the CH-53.
I was going to turn it over to you for that one, yeah.
So about to bring out the CH-53. I'm like, wait a minute, the printed part's on here, and it's going to take me a while to rebuild it with the printed parts. So it is in that final stage of completion. I am working on instructions. We have a little bit more test building to make sure everything is 100% right with quality controls done with the kit.
Yep.
But they will be shipping hopefully before this on or about the time that this airs. Expect them in stores next week, or if you ordered it, expect it in your mailbox next week or perhaps the week after, depending on how far it's going.
Awesome. That's what we love to hear. Remember, those are now sold out online. So if you're near a store and you missed out on it and you want to see it in its glory, we hope to have a designer studio on it also coming out as well.
You will. We'll be recording that this week.
That'll be awesome. Flipping over to Monday. So we've got some pre-orders coming back. We got the NATO Cam M2A3 Bradley, which will be rolling back out. And then the Abrams main battle tank. That's the 2024 edition that just recently is getting ready to ship here. Again, we've already seen, this will be now a restock post the new release of the 2024 Abrams. Depending on how that batch goes and how full schedule is moving forward, that might be it for the offerings when it comes to the maybe around the holidays or early 2025. Hard to say. Yeah. But when you've seen something already come back that was new this year, just remember that's counting down what's going to be available moving forward. The stuff getting ready to ship online. One of my favorite offerings from the Classic Series has got to be the FT-17, just because for that price point, to get tracks, to get a little tank like that. I mean, you want to talk about a Brickmania starter kit?
Yeah, and we've had a hard time keeping that one in stock. We make a batch, they're gone. We make a batch, they're gone. So maybe this one will be different, but I think because of the price point, as you pointed out, and because we have so little World War I stuff, and that is such an icon of
yep.
World War I that it
adorable.
does sell out every time.
It's adorable.
Super functional. The tracks roll great. I mean, it's everything you'd want. You know, not a lot of filler, all killer. I think that's something, and it's a great price point.
Killer, all killer. I love it. Oh, that's awesome. Another staple in the BrickMania arsenal returning, the Humvee M1151A1. That's the one with the gunner protection kit. That was previously on pre-order and now shipping. So when you go there and see that there's not that many left online, that's because that's only what's left over from the pre-order. We also have the U.S. Air Force dress uniform. We have the U.S. Army Green Service uniform. We have the American Civil War Louisiana Tigers. That comes with the perfect caliber BrickArms Caplock musket. You've also been seeing a lot of those returning recently, especially some of the more specific units. Just remember that because those are very targeted, that's not going to be something you're going to see popping up necessarily on a monthly basis.
No, and these could be the last batches of some of these. So some of the Civil War stuff. So I have a list as long as my arm of all of the Civil War units that we are going to one at a time tackle. So in order for us to fit all of those into production, we are going to be discontinuing or at least setting aside for the near term restocks of any more of the Civil War stuff. So certain things like the Iron Brigade,
Sharpshooters.
Yeah, the Berdan sharpshooters. I mean, they go out as almost as quick as we can make them. I put them out at a show. It's the number one. They're gone right away.
They're very unique and they're very excellent. Obviously, the artwork is incredible too. So again, like we're saying, if you see those and you want them, don't wait for another restock or whatever. Just pull the trigger and get them. Because who knows what new stuff is going to be around the corner anyway.
There, like I said, a list as long as my arm. There is so much Civil War stuff. We've barely begun to fight, as the saying goes.
We got the Africa Corps soldier back as well, U.S. Navy dress blues, and then two perfect calibers, one of which being the BrickArms M97 trench shotgun, and then a reload of the perfect caliber BrickArms Car 98, which obviously would pair well with that Africa Corps soldier, and a wide variety of other things as well.
Another one we have a hard time keeping in stock. It's incredible. It's incredible. I mean, I think we sell as many perfect caliber Car 98s as we sell plain at this point.
I think that's very true.
M1 Garand, same story.
Been a lot of them. So that will do it for your rundown for everything coming back on Monday and everything releasing tomorrow. Remember at 8 a.m. as well. Otherwise, coming up towards the end of the month, we're going to have the vault again, all that kind of fun stuff as well. And then stay tuned for more designer studios because when we got him up north, we put him to work.
That's what I'm here for.
Thanks for watching, BrickManiacs.